Welcome to the Elevated Marketing podcast show that is designed for business owners and marketers who are tired of overhyped advice. We talk through what we're testing, we challenge assumptions, and we share what's really happening in the world of marketing, which is messy, creative, and always evolving. Welcome to the show. Hello, and welcome back to another Elevated Marketing Dad podcast. My name is Jennifer Denny. I am the owner and founder of Elevated Marketing Solutions, and we've been doing this show for close to 6 years now. If you're new to the show, and today I want to talk about a blog post that I update every year. And it took me a little longer this year. So typically you'll see an update to this post in January, but things have gotten pretty messy when it comes to tracking your marketing. And that's what I want to talk about today, the marketing metrics that you should be tracking to understand if your marketing is working or not. So first of all, throughout the history of marketing, at least, since I've been in marketing from about 1995 to 2024, it was all about how much traffic you could drive to your website. And of course, it was qualified traffic, but you were earning that through search or SEO, paid ads, social media, and your whole goal was to drive as many people as possible, and of course get the conversion or the key event. And whether it was top of funnel, middle of funnel, or bottom of the funnel, everything was leading to getting people to your website. And starting about 2025, we're starting to see a fundamental shift. And you may or may not notice, I don't think it's across the board, but you might actually be seeing less traffic to your website now. And it might cause you to panic and think that your marketing is not working anymore. And that's actually not necessarily true. So a lot of what we saw before, where you could drive that traffic, is happening in environments such as AI and social media, where your influence over the marketing funnel is happening in an area that is not necessarily your website. And so therefore, you could potentially be seeing less traffic. Basically, we're talking about zero-click marketing. It's something that has been evolving for quite a while. And, people are using AI tools to answer questions that you might have previously done with a blog post and drove traffic to your website where they learned about it there. Now they're talking there. Or we're also seeing people listening to more podcasts. We're seeing people watch more short form video. We're definitely seeing more people spend time on social media. And we're seeing that whether it's the AI space or the social media space, they're just not driving traffic back to the website like it was before. And so although you might be seeing less traffic to the website, when someone does get to your website, they're pretty informed and they're more qualified and they're ready to buy. So just because you are getting less traffic, you shouldn't panic that your marketing is not necessarily working. You're now building trust in different circles. And so that's what you need to focus on. So the old mindset is, how many people clicked my website? And the new mindset is, am I visible? Am I trusted? Am I cited? Am I remembered? And That's how marketing has flipped in the last couple years. So, what you need to measure now is demand signals. Are more of the right fit people finding you? Trust signals, are they validating you, referencing you, choosing you faster? Conversion signals, are the right people taking the right actions once they do get to my website? And then, of course, revenue signals. So not only are people filling out the form, making the phone call, do they actually close and are they qualified? So there's a lot different things to measure. So let's kind of talk about those. The brand demand that you now need to measure is I've heard of you momentum, and how you're going to track that is going to be in your branded search volume. So this is going to be in your search column called console, and you want to see that more people are searching for you by name. This could be a function of they found you in an AI search, or this could be a function of your social media is working. And so, not everybody's ready to buy at that exact moment, but they could go and Google you later. Direct traffic trends. So you definitely want to look for your direct traffic increasing. Seeing more and more that AI traffic is actually coming in as direct traffic and not necessarily back to the ChatGPTs or the Perplexities or the Claudes or the AI overviews. And so you want to measure your direct traffic. And then you want to look at your customer feedback. So, you want to start asking people, where did they find you at? And that's an old school method, but it's important to try to get that data so that you can better understand whether or not the marketing is working or not. This could be as simple as I heard you on a podcast, and then you know that that's working more, and you can kind of use that. Other places, or the next one that you want to track is search visibility. So this is without the click. First of all, you want to look in your Google Search Console. Are you getting more search impressions? If you're getting more search impressions, not necessarily the clicks, you might be showing up in AI overviews. You want to also look at your referral traffic and see if you've got that referral traffic inside of your Google Analytics from the ChatGPTs, the Perplexities, and the other AI tools that are ready. What you also want to measure is your mentions. So you want to look and see how often you're being cited out on different tools. And then you want to spot check whether or not you're showing up in AI tools. And I say spot check because every time somebody does a search in a ChatGPT, there's going to be a brand new search. You're going to get different results every time. And so you have to do these spot checks from multiple sources with multiple people to see how you're doing. There are no tools out there that are going to tell you whether or not you rank or don't rank in AI searches. So if you're looking at a tool right now, it's all fake. It's not something they can actually measure. And then third, your content and social. That is going to measure signal intents and not just engagement. So you want to look at your social media channels and make sure that your reach is increasing, and you want to make sure that your engagement is increasing. You want to look at your videos and you want to understand, are people actually watching the videos? And then you want to look at your thought leader engagement. So you want to look at your profile views, your comment threads, your newsletter subscribers, such as on LinkedIn, and look to see that that is increasing. The number 4 thing that you want to look at is third-party validation, and people trust you without knowing you. So start looking at your review growth and sentiment. So are you gaining more reviews, and what is the sentiment of those reviews? Start looking for those content mentions and citations across the web. Look for the trust signals, the brand trust signals, are you getting mentioned in PR? Are you getting expert quotes? And then third-party validation. Number 5 is definitely website performance. So not just, am I getting traffic like we talked about here in the beginning, but do I have engaged traffic? So you want to look at engaged sessions in Q4. You want to look at key events. So if you don't have those set up, which was formerly called conversions, you want to make sure you have the desired action of the website, such as form fills, set up. Conversion rate. So you want to look at, in relation to how much traffic you have, how often are you converting that traffic? So you want to make sure that you're getting pretty quality traffic. You want to look at referral traffic quality. So this is coming from like the ChatGPTs and the AI overviews. Is that traffic coming in quality? And then lastly, not to be missed, you want to look at your owned audiences. So your owned audiences are going to be your email marketing and your newsletter engagement. So are you growing your list of people who are joining your email marketing that you're sending out, and are they engaged with the newsletter? So not only are you gaining subscribers, are you gaining more people who are actually engaged with the newsletter? So that is a lot, and I definitely have a blog post on this. It is changed quite a bit, and as you probably just thought as I was reading through those, like, wow, that's a lot to track. And it's because there's a lot of different places that you're having influence, which is the name of the game, and it always has been in marketing. But since the internet came around, how you gauged whether or not you were getting attention was traffic to your website, and that's no longer the number one measurement that you should be looking at. I would argue that it never was. You should have always been looking at key events or conversions, which is our number one job as marketers, is to drive revenue. But specifically today, I'm talking about the metrics that you need to pay attention to know that your marketing is working. So I hope that was helpful. Again, I have a blog post on this if you want to head over to elevatedmarketing.solutions. And then the URL is marketing metrics you need to pay attention to right now. I update this every year, so you can do your best job with your marketing and make sure that you are tracking what actually matters. So, all right, that is it for today. You can certainly follow me over on LinkedIn, Jennifer Denney, and then as always, you can sign up for our newsletter over on our website. All right, take care now.